go. All right, guys, I think. Okay, and it looks like we are live. So, hey everyone, we're going to go ahead and there we go. YouTube has decided it will show me in the preview now. So, okay. Hey everyone, Spidey Librarian here, and we are going to be watching the Spider-Man, the animated series from the 1990s episode called The Spot. I'm excited for this one. I'm excited for this one in a way that I was not excited for Venom and Carnage. So you can go do with that information whatever you please. But the reason I'm excited for this episode is because the Spot has always been kind of a joke villain until recently when they made him the main villain in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and they basically made him a multiversal threat. And really, that makes sense. Like when they first announced that they were going to use the Spot in this movie and basically make his portals like multiverse portals, I'm like, that's perfect. That's a genius move. This is how we're finally going to take the Spot seriously. And I if you've seen Across the Spider Verse, it's an excellent movie. If you haven't seen it, do go see it. It's really really good. Um, at some point, I'm gonna do watch-alongs of those two movies, but I'm probably gonna wait until we at least get some kind of an announcement of when we're gonna get Beyond the Spider-Verse, because that one, people are gonna be waiting for that one. They're gonna be chomping at the bit because Across ended on one hell of a cliffhanger. So really, really looking forward to that. However, this iteration of the Spot, I don't remember if he's any kind of threat. He had always been treated as kind of a joke villain, at least in the comic books. He was just kind of he's this dude covered in spots. He has this silly name called the Spot, and essentially, I don't think he really had much respect from the Marvel writing bullpen. So now I know that they've changed him up a little bit, and they had done so before the movies. They made him a bit more edgier. His spots were advantageous for teleportation and translocation and things like that. So, it's not like he didn't. It's not like his glow up only came from the movies. However, the movies gave him like the biggest glow up, and I'm glad they did. Frankly, I think that I don't know. I think that I've always liked the concept of this character, and he's one of those villains that I was like, if you give him the right, you give him the right story, he would make an excellent Spider-Man villain. And it looks like with Across the Spider-Verse, they finally did that, and I'm really glad to see that potential get realized. So, however, I'm guessing this is back in days of yore when, before he was like a real threat. I don't know. We'll see. I honestly don't remember this episode. I don't remember how this character was portrayed. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it. All right. And I'm probably going to give a lot of that spiel again when we do the reaction video recording portion. So, all right. Anyways, let me think. Let me just make sure all the settings are correct. I think we're good. Okay. All right. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to do the reaction video recording part, and then we'll lead it in. You guys know how this works. And, okay, here we go. Hey, everyone, and welcome to this watch along and reaction to Spider Man, the animated series from the 1990s, Season 3, Episode 12, The Spot. Now, I'm not going to lie, I am probably more excited for this episode than I was for the Carnage or the Venom episodes that we just watched. Uh, Nothing against them, okay? I get that they're popular and, I give them the respect they deserve, but they don't get the enthusiasm from me that a lot of Spider Man fans will give them. And I'm reserving that for the Spot here. Um, when I heard that they were going to make the Spot the main enemy in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, I thought that was a genius move. I was like, that's they're gonna make Spot a household name now. Um, Spot is one of those villains, kind of like I feel Tombstone is. That they've got potential, and if you give him the right story and you give him the right creative team, he will make a name for himself as a Spider-Man villain. And if you've seen Across the Spider-Verse, that is an excellent movie. I definitely want to do a watch along for that on this channel at some point. I'm probably going to wait until we know when we're going to get beyond the Spider-Verse, but I definitely want to watch that one. And again, I think it's just because you know Lord and Miller basically were like, "Hey, this is a Spider-Man villain who we can use as a multiversal threat just because of the nature of his powers. Oh, let's play with that." And I think they did an excellent job and made him not just interesting on a power level, but they made him interesting on a narrative level. His link to Miles Morales is really intriguing and basically is like, I created you and then you created me. And now we have this kind of symbiotic relationship that, well, one of them wants to acknowledge, and Miles just is like, yeah, no, I don't want anything to do with you. So the Spot has gotten a glow up previously. I mean, when he first was introduced in the comics, I'm pretty sure the writing bullpen basically thought of him as a joke villain. He's this dude covered in spots and he's got this silly name called the Spot. And but he's gotten a little bit of a glow up in terms of his writing. Like they've made him a bit more dangerous in the in previous comics, and made him a bit more deadly, able to use his abilities for teleportation and translocation, and basically able to give Spider-Man a genuine headache. But it was basically in Across the Spider-Verse where that glow up went from like here to here, you know? And essentially, I'm really really happy for that. So I'm really interested to see this episode from the 1990s, before I think they really considered him to be a kind of credible threat for Spider-Man. So I've been looking forward to this episode, and we are going to watch it in just a moment. All right, guys, I hope you're ready for this one. I am very interested in seeing what they do with the Spot in this series. So, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and get her going. Okay. Okay. All right. Spider-Man, the animated series from the 1990s, season 3, episode 12, The Spot. Here we go. And right into the intro. I love it. Spider blood, radioactive spider blood. I am just surprised at how static. Like this intro is the same as it was in the first episode. I know that's not innovative or anything. It's easy to reuse something. It's just like, wow, you didn't want to reuse any new footage? All right, here we go. All right. Just introducing him from the get-go. I love it. Oh, he works for Tony Stark. In the comics, he works for the Kingpin. Ooh. I'm gonna go do my own thing. Ah, okay, now he works for the Kingpin. Okay. He's gonna become the new Smythe. Better be careful there, Willie. You know how your minions tend to end up. Super powered and hating you. And so I want to give you a bunch of money. If you can make him rich. Okay, that was a pretty smooth move on the Kingpin's part. All right. Okay. God, why do they have Two-Face on this show? They're just gonna steal the White House and everything else, huh? I don't know about that. Oh. He's on an actual date with Mary Jane. That's surprising. Uh-huh. A cute goblin, huh? Okay, who is that guy that Gwen Hardy is with? Jason Phillips? And she's upset about it. Oh, Gwen Hardy. Ah, it's safe. Boom. Oh, well, that's going to be a problem. They're just all over the place. It's just waiting for people to gobble up. All right, rescue the roller coaster kids. They just occasionally vacuum you in. Yeah, that would be really disorienting. I don't know if it works like that anymore. They're coming from cartoons, clearly. I mean, he basically is a cartoon at this point. Uh huh. You probably better do something about that. I mean, at least he cares. Just forgot about that one, huh? Information, huh? Oh, he can. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna bully you. Well, at least he, you know, kept his head in that situation. Okay, he gave himself that name. It's not the worst. It's also not the best. Fortunately. Yeah, true. Oh, damn. Oh, man. Ooh. I mean, you kind of should have figured that was going to happen, you know? I mean, she leaves him, spends all her time with you, and you don't think he's going to find out about it? Wow. Nice jokes. He's being very personable about it. Okay, stop attacking him to make your point. Just kicking him around like ducks. Okay, I mean, like, he's kind of shown that he's fairly dangerous if he wants to be. I mean, yeah. I mean, in theory, but clearly he's shown he can set a portal and then leave it, you know? So I don't know how sound that reasoning is. What do you think? Nice sitting for a rubbery. He's so, like, nice. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, demanding her ring. That is just nuts. Making the jokes. Ooh. But MJ, for MJ it isn't. Okay. Ooh. Okay, well, this is convoluted. You know, I care about you too much crap. Uh, what? Well, I mean, I wish I could say I hadn't seen that coming, but. And he's just staring at him. Yeah. He's apologizing. Well, I mean, I like that Spider Man has basically reasoned with him, but I wish, like, it hadn't come at such a contrived time. I don't know, man. Oh, hey, fat shaming. 2%? Oh, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt a lot. Well, then how do you? Wow. Kingpin teaming up with the boys. Kingpin, the Spot, and Spider-Man. Okay. He takes his responsibility seriously. Well, what's the price going to be? Oh, wow. I was not expecting that. Holy hell. Power and responsibility. Oh. Ooh. Oh, kissy kissy. Well, the Joker's back. Oh boy. It's the Joker. I mean, I know that's the Hobgoblin, but it's Mark Hamill. He's basically playing the Joker. How can you not love it? Okay, all right. Um, I have nothing but good things to say about this episode. All right, let's see. I am going to. I mean, I think we can just go straight into the. We can just go straight into the episode talk. I'm gonna go ahead and you know remove my headphones for this one because that's what I should have done for the previous one, and I'm pretty sure I just forgot to do it. But we're gonna go ahead and talk a little bit about this episode. Okay, all right. So in some ways, I was right. They were not treating the Spot as the threat that he certainly is in Across the Spider Verse. But it turns out that the Spot really wasn't much of a villain either. I mean, like, yes, he was working for the Kingpin. Yes, he was committing robberies, but like when he realized what his spots were doing, he was very quick to like be the one to be like, "Oh, I need to go fix this. Oh, I need to go fix this now." Um, and he was stealing because he wanted to be out from under the yoke of the Kingpin, who was very clearly manipulating him and Sylvia. And so I don't know. though, like yes, he was called the Spot, and he was kind of silly, and he had spots all over him, and he had that, he had that delightful little English accent that you really couldn't take too seriously, you know. But honestly, like I kind of like the way they handled him in this one. I really think that they did a good job of characterizing him and, giving him some traits that, you might be able to say that Lord and Miller maybe took a look at and were like, okay, all right, let's pull this in, and they made him relatable, um, just like they made the Spot relatable in Across the Spider Verse. Like, hey, I'm a guy that this thing has happened to, and I'm just trying to just trying to make it work, and everything. Now, the Spot in Across the Spider Verse doesn't have the ability to change his appearance like this one does, so that maybe made things a little bit easier for him. But still, I kind of like the characterization. I like that they gave him a love interest who doesn't. Well, I mean, she kind of dies at the end of the episode, but like he goes with her. Like they can end up being together, and again, like the Spot really wasn't a villain so much as he was more of an anti-hero. And I'm kind of here for it. I really enjoyed the um the detour that they took from a lot of these kind of villain of the week episodes where it's like, yeah, no, this is a villain and he's really, really tragic, and he's got some humanizing traits, but he's also kind of dislikable. Like overall, Jonathan Owen was very likable in this episode. He apologized to Gwen Hardy, or Felicia, I guess, for being like, "I'm sorry, but I need to steal your ring, madam." It was like, all right, okay, I see what you're doing here, and I'm okay with this. Um, in the comics, I'm pretty sure Peter considered him a laughing stock, and he made some allusions to that by saying, "Well, I know he's serious, but I don't know if I can take him seriously." And then he very quickly backpedals and like, "No, no, I really should take him seriously because he's got abilities." So, it was overall a pretty good episode. I was really shocked that the Kingpin actually was like, "Hey, can I help you guys out?" Like at the end there. So, I'm just I th- I don't have a lot to say other than I really enjoyed this episode. So, and hopefully you did as well. Thank you for watching this reaction, and if you enjoyed it, please go ahead and thwip the like button. It really helps me out. And if you, sorry, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing to my channel. You can find the unedited, full length uh, streams of these watch alongs on my YouTube channel. There will be playlists that you can find with the show names on them. And you can even look for each episode and just click on it to watch them. What did you think of this episode? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Let me know in the comments what you think. I would love to have a conversation with you about this show. And I think that's everything. So thanks again for watching. This is Spidey Librarian. And until my next stream or upload, I'll be wishing you a good day. All right, guys. Okay. So several of you, there's at least, one person watching for this episode. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it very much. And I don't know. Anyone have any thoughts on this episode? I really enjoyed it, but then again, I was looking forward to the Spot, and I'm not even gonna hide the fact that I was just looking forward to this episode because it's like I like the Spot. I certainly have always liked the idea of the Spot and the kind of the potential for him. So when it was finally announced that he was in Across the Spider Verse, I'm like, this makes perfect sense and I love it. Please give me more. So, all right. Well, if nobody else has anything to say, I am probably going to go and excuse me, I'm probably going to play a little Fortnite. I'm probably going to do it off stream tonight because unless I play it on my PS5, which, let's face it, is just not natural, um, then I'm just not gonna do as well. So I'm gonna play Fortnite, but I'm gonna play it offline tonight. So, anyways, if you guys have any thoughts about what video games I should start streaming again once I'm done with Fortnite, at the end of the month we'll be getting The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom, and I most certainly will be streaming that probably into October. So there will be that, but there will also be other opportunities to stream other games as well. So I think that's going to be it. I'm going to go off and play some Fortnite tonight. So you guys take care. Thank you for being here with me again. I really appreciate you. And yeah, this is Spidey Librarian. And until my next stream or upload, I'll be wishing you a good day. Bye.